Hello YouTubers, and welcome to Music Vblog number 2. Well, it's been a bit of a tough week this week. The last vlog that I did was about a week and a half ago, and I was able to get the microkorg XL, which is there, which I'm really chuffed with. I think it's a great little synth. The vocoder on it is really great, and there's loads of stuff about it that I haven't even touched on yet, but I'll talk a bit more about that a bit later. I thought that when I got the microkorg that it would open up this whole new bit of creativity, and that, you know, doing the songs would flow a lot better and everything would all come together really easily, but it just hasn't worked out that way. I have started on 2 or 3 new songs, but I'm finding the whole process quite hard at the moment. But then saying that, one of the songs just sort of seemed to happen, and I've got sort of like the first verse for it, or even if it's chorus, I don't know yet, I haven't made my mind up. It's all sort of come together quite quickly. Whether I'll pursue that or not, I don't know. I think with me, I've got to go where the creativity takes me. Like with Finally Remix, that all came together in one day, and you know, I just got ideas for how to put it all together, and it just came together and it was really good. I think the problem is that at the moment I'm trying to do all of my songs at least as good, if not better, than Finally Remixed, and I tend to put quite a lot of pressure on myself in that regard, which is a bit of a downfall as far as I'm concerned. I've been listening to Imogen Heap and Frank Music over and over again, which gives me a lot of sort of inspiration. And I also recently found Florence and the Machines. I must admit, when I first heard the album, I thought it was a bit weird, but after listening to it sort of the 4th or 5th time, there are actually quite a few songs on there which I like quite a lot. She's not quite the style that I am used to, but my sister said, you know, you might like this, and now I do. And it's that non-usual sound that they all do. You know, they use various different styles and ways of putting the music together, instead of just guitar, bass, piano, drums. You know, there's sort of, they use arpeggiators and different things and styles to put together, to put their songs together, and I really like that, and that's how I want to do my music. So yeah, it's going a bit slow, to be honest, at the moment, but then, you know, I haven't got a record deal, there's no pressure outside to, you know, get this thing done, so I'll just soldier on, and hopefully I'll get into my stride and bash out quite a few songs. I think what I'm going to do is do all of the songs first, and then if there's one that I feel is really good, then I'll put it up on YouTube. I think what I might do as well is put a few on MySpace. It all depends on how it goes, really. I mean, you know, it's only early days yet, and I haven't even done another one yet, so there you go. Well, there you go. I'm gonna yarble about the microkorg now. Okie dokie. The microkorg XL. There she is in all her splendour. I had to sell a few things in order to be able to get it so quickly. Otherwise I wouldn't have had it until probably the end of November. But there she is. And she is a beauty. I'm not going to do the vocoder, because if I use the vocoder you're going to be able to hear my voice as well as the vocoded voice, and it'll just sound a bit naff. The thing I like about it is that it's got all of the sort of genres there, and you know, all of the things there, and it really makes a difference to be able to sort of stick it in one category and then sort of go through the others there. I mean, some of the little knobs are a bit weird, and to be honest with you, the tempo thing is a bit annoying, because sometimes it can be quite difficult to get it on the tempo that you want. But you know, other than that, the arpeggiator, flipping, it is brilliant. I mean, it's so sort of versatile, and you know, not only do you have the preset arpeggiators, but also when you're on like vintage synth or any of the others, you can stick the arpeggiator on, and you can even change the arpeggiator, which is absolutely brilliant. And also the way I've got it hooked up, I can play my MO6 like with drums, or do a bit of sequence stuff on the MO6, and then I can accompany it with the microkorg. And I think another really cool thing about the microkorg XL is the fact that you can download the sound editor software, and it gives you 3 other presets of other keyboards, 128 each. I did do a voice comparison of, you know, between this and 2 others, and basically I worked out that, you know, you get out of the 510 or whatever voices that you would get, which is like 4 times 128, only about 150 are identical. So you still get quite a lot of voices that you can put into the microkorg XL, and obviously that includes the original microkorg, which is really brilliant. But the sounds on it are just absolutely excellent. I really love it. I think it's a great piece of kit, and also because it's got the 3 octaves, I can use it with things like Nexus, because I did get a 2-octave MIDI keyboard, and I found that was really annoying, because I whenever I was playing the arpeggiators or whatever, I just missed the extra octave. But now that I've got 3, it is just, you know, it's really cool. And one thing I would say about the microkorg, because I was looking at the R3, and I was going to save up to get the R3 because of the bigger keys, you see. But to be honest with you, I've been playing around with this for about a week and a half, and the smaller keys haven't bothered me at all. And I think they're slightly better than the original microkorg. But, you know, as a unit, you don't really notice. Once you get used to it, it is brilliant. And I would highly recommend the microkorg XL. I think it's a great piece of kit. And because you got the USB and the sound editor with it, it is just absolutely brilliant. So that was my little plug for the microkorg XL. It is a really cool piece of kit. Okay, you haven't got a sequencer with it, but to be honest with you, I've been using Sonar a lot more recently now anyway, so I just stick everything in Sonar, and because of the way that I've got it hooked up, it's hooked up the same way as the MO6 is, so I can just record the sounds off the microkorg XL as audio files, and it works really brilliantly. And if I'm just faffing about and I want some drums, I mean, that was the only thing that I missed with the microkorg XL. You don't get any drums, and there's no way that you can play it as well as playing drums, which is a bit of a bummer. But then saying that, I've got my MO6, so I can play the drums on the MO6 and then play the microkorg as well, so you know, that works out quite nicely. I think if you're thinking about getting a microkorg original, the XL or the R3, and money is an issue, get the XL, because you get USB with it, you get the sound presets anyway off the internet, and you know, the keys are better, and I just think the whole layout is a lot better. You can still sort of edit the various different parts like you could on the microkorg, but you can use the sound editor on it, and that's a lot easier anyway, so it is well worth the money, I would say. So there you go, that's Music Vblog number 2. Hope you enjoyed. See you later. Okay then, bye bye.